Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. The title of this message might come in different ways, but let me just use this, maybe for the time being. Land of the living. Behold, the land of the living. Where is this land of the living located? Well, let me come to you guys. Please, I want to beg you, if you are too emotional, I want you to do me a favor. I would like you to listen to this message, but please hold on to yourself. Hold yourself, guide your spirit very well, so that we will not break down. Because even me, I take courage to read this message. This message represents whom we are, what we are, and where we are. I will explain, but let me read the headline to you before I will come back to discuss more. Because today is going to be all about reading and reading and reading. Oh, please, some minutes, please. Let me organize something. So today is going to be all about reading and reading and reading. A land of living dead. Apostrophe. Heartbroken lawyer weeps as Igbo youths emerge after 5 solid years of silent suffering in Wawa barracks. Families never knew that these people we are still alive. I read the content of this message. I didn't get to the end. Since morning, it is 1:16 p.m. my time. I woke up since 7 a.m. my time. I saw this message earlier on. This could have been my first publications of the day. But I couldn't hold it, or rather, I couldn't hold it. The tears is too much. The content of this message break me into pieces. That all my bones and all my joints broke into pieces. Because I'll begin to imagine. Let me put myself in the position of these guys. For 5 good years, incommunicado with the people that love you most. Either your parents, your lover, your wife, your children. And not that you travel for a greener pasture. The only crime you committed is because you are an Igbo man. And they tag you IPOB. Just to whisk you away to dump you in Wawa barracks. And the title of that barrack is called The Land of the Living Dead. Anybody in Wawa barrack is as living as dead. If you are listening to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's videos, you will hear him telling you that Wawa barracks is the least place he will wish his enemies to go. Many of our youths who are whisked away the same way they whisked these guys away, who spent 5 years, many of them have died. Even their people could not see even their corpse, at least to give them the last respect. So please, hold on to yourself. Don't be too emotional. Don't cry too much. But please, cry for Igbos. If anybody is telling you there is another Israel in Africa, then that person's brain needs to be examined. Because we are being surrounded by enemies. Even the people we call our own surround us with enemies. Let's take, for example, let's say the Southeast now are only 5 states. Okay, let's say we are landlocked. All the riverine that surrounded us, they are our enemies. They don't even want to hear our existence. Are we talking about the Benis? They are our enemies. They will tell you, on our way, Igbos and they do too much. Okay, let's say, what about the Northerners? The Northeast, the side of Meduguri, Brunu, and the rest of them, that we have boundaries through Ebonyi State. All those ones are also your enemies. So we are being surrounded by enemies the same way that Israel you are hearing in the Middle East are being surrounded by 12 Arab countries and they keep on fighting and fighting. If you thinking of maybe if Biafra come tomorrow, oh, we are going to stop fighting, my brother, you better think twice. That is when original fight will resume. Because people who surround you, when they see your success, they will try everything to trample you so that as you are landlocked, they will have upper hand against you. That's exactly my point. The war will never end today. The war we fought to get Biafra will be a child's play than a war we are going to be fighting to sustain the Biafra as a country. Not within us, but from the people who are close to us. Land of the living dead, please hold yourself at the same way I am holding myself to give you this news. If you get this message, before God and man, if you don't share this message, I will not say anything. But my prayer is that, oh, let me not pray. No, I can never pray that prayer. But my brother, don't forget, put yourself in the position of these guys, and you want this message, you did not share it. Then I will say that, in fact, let me use this word. You are worse than Nigerian government. I rest my case on God. Let us read. In a moment that shattered the courtroom silence, Barrister Nnemeka Ejiofor stood at the Federal High Court yesterday. His voice was very heavy with grief as he witnessed dozens of young Igbo men, mere shadows of the vibrant sun. When they tell you that somebody is a shadow, my brother, you can imagine the appearance of that person. Maybe you will be seeing only skeleton. Vibrant sons, they are brothers. They are also husbands to their families once knew. Lined up like forgotten souls, finally seeing the daylight. These were not hardened criminals. They were not hardened terrorists. They were not bandits. They were young Igbo youths, many barely out of their teens when they were being taken away. Now they don't become pale, broken, and traumatized after spending more than 5 solid, agonizing years locked away in a notorious Wawa military barracks in Kainji, Niger State, without a single phone call, no single visit from anybody, or letter to their loved ones, at least to tell them, please, we are alive. You people should grieve no more, but work for our freedom. There is nothing of such. Human beings are really cruel. I cried, according to Nnemeka Ejiofor. Some have died. Dead without even their families knowing. Ejiofor wrote, his words raw with pain and grief. He described how the young men accused of IPOB membership or support. Let me rephrase that word. Maybe you didn't hear me well. He described how the young men accused of IPOB membership or support had been completely cut off from the world. No one knew if they were alive or dead and buried. Mothers in the southeast continued to light candles and pray for their sons who had simply vanished into the darkness of detention. Fathers searched hospitals and mortuaries, never imagining their children were suffering hundreds of kilometers away in the northern barracks many had never heard of. Membership of IPOB. But bandits are being captured, in fact, freed, reintegrated, paid. When they talk about bandits, we are talking about terrorists that are beheading people like where they are beheading goats or cow or pig. You saw young able-bodied men, you kidnap them. All in the name of, not even they will come out and tell you, I'm IPOB. You will kidnap them and tag them IPOB simply because What is your name? Your name is Nnemeka. Automatically, you are IPOB. The lawyer visibly moved, managed to collect a few phone numbers from the detainees. When he died, the families, the reaction was pure heartbroken. You can imagine 5 years of no contact. If that person is abroad, at least once or twice, even if that person is in a prison and in abroad, you will have contact with them. In fact, you will be talking with them as if they are free. Only but you can tell me it's expensive. Somebody locked up in a Nigerian prison cannot contact his family members in that same Nigeria. What a banana republic of a country. It was crying and thanking me for making efforts for them. He recounted, I was not myself after that, the lawyer stated. Some of the young men appeared in court only after security agencies have sworn under oath that they did not exist. They had been arrested from Orifte, from Olu, Osu, Onusha, Enugu, Aba, and other parts in the southeast. Now standing before the judge, many were ready to plead guilty. I am guilty. Sentence me to prison. At least my people will know that I'm inside prison. Not because they believe they had committed any crime, but out of sheer of terror. Fear of going back to Wawa prison or Wawa barracks. Terror of being sent back to what Ejiofor called the land of the living dead. They are pleading guilty for fear of being returned to detention in a strange northern land called Wawa. What is the justice served? He asked, his anguish echoing through every word. Imagine a mother who has mourned her son for years only to learn he has been alive all this time, starved of love, sunlight, and hope. Imagine a wife raising children alone, believing her husband was gone forever. Imagine young men whose only crime may not be their identity or their dreams, now so broken that they would rather accept punishment than return to that place of endless suffering. This is not abstract justice. This is human pain, raw, deep, and avoidable. Wawa Barracks has become a symbol of silent agony for many families across the southeast. Reports of deaths from illness, neglect, or despair continue to surface, leaving behind widows and orphans and parents who may not, or rather who may never get a chance to say goodbye or lay their children to rest with dignity. What a heartbroken. But Ejiofor has promised to publish the names of those he made so that at least some families can finally breathe again, knowing their sons are alive and fighting for a day in court. But the bigger question lingers in the hearts of many. How many more still hiding in those barracks? How many voices have been silenced forever? And how long will Nigeria look away while its young men waste away in the shadows? In the face of such profound human suffering, one cannot help but feel a deep ache for the forgotten youths, for their grieving families, and for a country that must do better. This is the end of the message. Then here comes my own contributions. As I said earlier on, let me also repeat myself. What these guys are passing through is not new to me, to you, to everyone, as long as you are from the Biafra territory, or rather, as long as you are bearing that name, Chukwuemeka, Okechukwu, Nkemjika, or Nkechinyere. This is whom we are, and this is what defines the strength we have in this contraption they call Nigeria. Suffering, suffering, suffering. Subdue them, and subdue them. Just because you bear those names, automatically you have committed a crime. The only crime this guy committed is because their name is Not their name is not Musa, Abdullahi, or Dele, or Momudu. The only crime they committed is because their name is from that old ancient tribe, being known in the wide of Africa as one of the oldest tribes, if not the highest oldest tribe in the history of mankind. That is the only crime that this guy committed. IPOB is not a crime and can never be a crime. IPOB is not a terrorist organization and can never be a terrorist organization. Not now and not ever. Believe it or leave it. I don't care what you think or what your mind is telling you. But IPOB, simply indigenous people of Biafra. Every Igbo man is a born Biafra. Believe it or leave it. Whether you support the ideology or not, you are a Biafran. So tell me, being a Biafran is just like going on the street of Lagos or any southwestern state, arresting any Yoruba you see, accusing them of being a member of OPC or being a member of Oduduwa. OPC, Oduduwa People's Congress. So you went and began to arrest them. Say, oh, you are a member of OPC because OPC is a security architecture of Yoruba people or is a terrorist organization. It is not done. Every Yoruba is OPC, Oduduwa People's Congress. Every Arewa, every Hausa man is an Arewa. That is their name. That is who they are. And that is their identity. So your identity now as a Biafran, automatically, you have committed a crime. In fact, you are guilty as charged, even before they brought you to in the presence of the competent court, not the shred that they have in that contraction they call a country. My people, if you don't share this message, let you and your spirit be fighting. In fact, let your spirit judge you. That is the only thing I can tell you. If you don't share this message, you don't mean to well for us. This message is supposed to go viral. We are really suffering from Tiger Base now to from SARS, Osio Okuzo to Tiger Base to Wawa Barracks. Only Igbos. They keep, oh my goodness. Anyway, I don't have much to say, but we will be doing our jobs and doing what we know how to do best. Asking God or whoever who cares to listen to our case to come to our aid, because the journey is becoming tougher and tougher every day by day. But we have the strength to stand them. Kachineke meziokwu.